Alright, so in the last lesson we went over the special right triangle 45, 45, 90. This time we're going to go over 30, 60, 90. So that was a special right triangle. Here's the other special right triangle, 30, 60, 90. So you want to draw the triangle. So you're going to draw a right triangle. We're going to put 30 degrees here and 60 degrees here. Okay, that's how it's set up for the packet mostly. They put 30 here and 60 here, otherwise it would have not mattered where I put them. However, the relationship between the sides of the triangle is a little bit different here. So anything across the 30-degree angle is your short angle. So I'm going to put X, and I'm going to put off to the side here, and you want to write this down. X is your short leg. So we have a short leg, then the long leg, the other leg is longer than this leg, so the long leg is whatever the short leg is times square root of 3. And then the hypotenuse, that's always across the 90-degree angles, is 2 times the short leg. Alright, so for a 30, 60, 90 triangle, you got a short leg, a long leg, and a hypotenuse. The short leg is always across the 30-degree angles, and then because especially when 30 degrees is our shortest angle, so the shortest side is across it. And then the next angle, the next largest angle is 60, so the long leg is always across the 60 degrees. So my long leg is whatever the short leg is times square root of 3. And then the hypotenuse always across the 90 degrees is 2 times whatever my short leg is. So we will be going over problems on how to solve that. Let's go ahead and answer these questions. If a right triangle has one 30-degree angle and the other angles will measure, so what other measures we have? They already put 30, so what are the other two measures? We have 60 and 90. Since a 30-degree, 60-degree, 90-degree triangle has sides of 3 different lengths, it can be what type of triangle? A scalene triangle. Like lesson 10, we went over the different type of triangles, and we went over the one that has sides that are different lengths is the scalene one. All right, the hypotenuse of a 30, 60 degree, 90 triangle is blank times the short leg. So if we look at the hypotenuse, it's 2 times, remember X represents our short leg, so it's 2 times the short leg, so 2 times the short leg. The long leg of a 30, 60, 90 triangle is blank times the short leg. So here's the short leg, X represents the short leg, and it's times square root of 3, so we're going to say square root of 3 times the short leg. To find the unknown side of a right triangle, use the Pythagorean theorem. It always works, any type of right triangle. If the hypotenuse of a 30, 60, 90 triangle is known, so when you know what the hypotenuse is, so we know 2 times the short leg makes the hypotenuse, opposites and multiplications division, so we would divide by 2 to find the short leg. And then we would multiply that answer by square root of 3 to find the long leg. So if we had the hypotenuse and we want to find the short leg, we just have to divide by 2. We need to get if we divide by 2, we get what the short leg is. And then once we get the short leg, we can determine what the long leg is by taking the short leg times square root of 3. All right, let's go over these problems. So I'm going to go ahead and right away label these. So X, 2X, and my A, and then X squared root of 3. So I always look for, do I know what my short leg is? X is my short leg. I'm going to write that to the side. All right, so A represents the long leg. So I need the short leg times square root of, I need my short leg in order to figure out what A is. So my short leg is 5. I'm going to do 5 square root of 3. x. I have what x is. X is 5. So then 5 square root of 3, that's why a is 5 square root of 3. B is 2 times whatever my x is, so I'm doing 2 times 5, which is 10, so B is 10. Let's go over the next one. So short leg, long leg, and then 2 times the short leg. All right, so this time I don't have my short leg, I don't have my hypotenuse, but if you look over here, remember, x represents your short leg. What is x? X is 6. If you look at this, how x is attached to square root of 3, 6 is attached to square root of 3. 6 corresponds with the x, so x is 6. Now if I do 2 times 6 here, because 2 times whatever my x is gives me what that hypotenuse is, so 12. So C is 6, and then D is 12. All right, next 2 problems. All right, so right away I'm going to put x squared root of 3, and then 2x. All right, this time we have the hypotenuse. All right, so this one's a little tricky because we have a radical here, so 2 times what would make 10 square root of 3? Well, let's go write this off to the side. So there's a little algebra here. So 10 square root of 3 equals 2 times whatever my short leg is. So I want to get that x alone, my short leg alone, so I'm going to divide by 2. Opposite multiplication is division, so I'm going to divide. These cancel. 10 divided by 2 is 5. And then we have square root of 3 here. We can't do anything else with it. We can't divide that by 2, so we just leave it there. Oops, I put that in the wrong place. It should be this one. Hang on. Yep, so F is 5. Oh, wow. Okay. That's not good. Erase that. I'm erasing. Alright, so I got x is 5 square root of 3, so I was right. Now this one. Be careful here. So x is 5 square root of 3, so I'm going to bring that underneath. But don't forget to bring down the next square root of 3 here. That's a common mistake. Like someone will just write 5 square root of 3. It's not. It's actually 5 times square root of 3 times square root of 3 is square root of 9. Then we have 5 times 3, and that is 15. So our answer for F is 15. So what our long leg is, 15. Our short leg is 5 square root of 3, and our hypotenuse was 10 square root of 3. Okay, so let's just take some practice. So I'm going to put x square root of 3, 2x. So we need to find our hypotenuse and our long leg. So it's nice and easy when you have your short leg because you can just plug in that short leg. So 2 times 8, so 2 times my short leg is 16, so that's h. And then here I can just plug in my short leg, that's going to be 8, and bring down that square root of 3. So then g is 8 square root of 3. Alright, last problem. ABCD is a rectangle. So when you have a rectangle, all of these are right angles. BC is 3. DC is 3 square root of 3. What are the measures of angle 1 and 2? Okay, so going back to 30, 60, 90. If we look carefully at this, the short leg is always across the 30 degrees. The long leg is always across the 60 degrees. So looking at this, which one is my short leg? Which one's shorter, 3 or 3 square root of 3? 3 is shorter. So this is my short leg will be here. So angle 1 is 30 degrees. Then angle 2 must be 60 degrees. That's all that's asking. Just wanted to know, make sure you know the relationship between short leg and long leg. Short leg is always directly across 30 degrees, and long leg is always directly the 60 degrees, and the 90-degree angle, the right angle, is always across the hypotenuse, is always across the 90 degree, or the 90 degrees is always across the hypotenuse. Alright, so just remember, short leg, long leg, hypotenuse. There's a relationship between them. When you have your short leg, you know the hypotenuse is 2 times your short leg. 2 times the short leg. When you have the long leg is always what the short leg is, times square root of 3.